Well, we're live now, aren't we?
We are live. Hey, good. What day is it? Thursday.
Thursday, July 3rd,
July 3rd.
2014. Tomorrow, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Oh yeah, brother. Can you feel it? Got 100 Hulkamaniacs. Run a while.
So, we've only done Talkin Wrestling. I think it's our 11th episode, or is it 12th?
Something like that.
Something like that. We came out to Hulk Hogan
That's funny.
and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, since I guess it is kind of appropriate that it's the 4th of July tomorrow. That you have the real American Hulk Hogan.
And when you think
that
of
was
America,
that was a good match.
Is that WrestleMania 1?
when
That was
you
3.
think of America,
Detroit
you
City.
think of this song.
Slams Andre the Giant. Look at that. Kabam! Good body.
Finish it with a leg drop.
Yeah. I was worried hearing that song. I was going to start leg dropping TV.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Stove over there.
Hulkamaniacs.
So there's that.
That's good stuff, man.
Hope everybody's going to have a safe holiday weekend here.
It's gonna rain a little bit here in the
We
city.
got a hurricane. We have Hurricane Arthur on the way.
It's only
That sounds like a
one.
pretty that sounds like a St. Christopher's.
Well, actually,
Hurricane Arthur.
believe it or not, we do have a wrestler who is named Arthur.
Arthur.
Matt McLeod.
Ooh.
It's Arthur Matt McLeod.
McLeod.
Yeah, the Highlander.
There can only be one.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Gosh, this is gonna be our last episode with the three of us here for a couple weeks.
Packing it up for the summer like the Tony Kornheiser show.
Kramer's gonna do one from Fargo though.
Yeah.
With some people. He's gonna have some cutouts of
He'll
me,
actually have
Foss, and
interesting
face.
people with him.
Me and Foss are all faces. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about that one.
We have to decide whether we're gonna do it from the hotel or we're gonna do it from the Bison Turf. I'm shooting for the Bison
The
Turf.
Bison Turf would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you bet you dare that.
And I swear, if CO Tech makes an appearance, I'm done.
Is he going to Fargo?
He probably will be.
Awesome.
Probably will be.
Awesome. Well, somebody just said
Somebody's on.
Scott Willoughby likes the link. Hopefully he's hey guys, make sure you chat with us. We do have the chat window
It
open.
is interactive.
It is interactive. All pleasantries aside, I am Greco Moses Rob Prebish. As usual, I've got my buddies Mike Foss and John Goodbody, and this is the show known as Talkin Wrestling.
All right.
Absolutely, man.
Free shirts.
Free t-shirts. I'm rocking UNC Pembroke. It's a little faded back here.
Yes.
Been through the washer a couple times.
Yes.
Do they still have a program?
They still have a program.
Yes.
You know, Coach Brandon Bradley, assistant coach at Ferrum.
That's where he
Good
was.
guy.
He wrestled. Coach Kirk Jones went there.
Good man.
Rashad Saunders went there. Just a good program. Supported them. You know, those boys, I grew up training with them. They all went out there and wrestled. Figure out wear this shirt, man. It's a little faded. Would like to get a new one. Somebody needs to send one to me. Hook it up.
Send it in. You'll probably have one in the mail tomorrow.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt that
I
too.
doubt it. What do you got, Foss?
I got the Lycoming Camp T-shirt that is given every year when we go. We got back on Sunday. Had a decent showing up there. 500 record with a younger squad that were, more younger than what I'm used to taking. And
Boys went up there scrapping.
yeah, they were scrapping and in good shape. And we got to see some Pennsylvania and New York and New Jersey competition.
Nice.
The back of Coach Foss's shirt reads, every year Coach Krebs puts a little quote on it.
This one's a
Last year
long
it said
one.
Save Olympic Wrestling. This
Pack
year
a
even
lunch.
was like a mini novel.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
turn out the best for those who make the best out of the way things turn out.
That's good.
That's good stuff.
Very deep.
Wow.
Very deep.
That's good stuff. What do you got on, Preebs?
I have the National Prep Tournament T-shirt. Now, Martin Screen Prints, they do all the T-shirts for states and all that. They didn't, they weren't at National Preps this past year. Whoever was selling stuff, yeah, because normally they have all the kids' names on the back, and this is just kind of your plain workout shirt. It's the National
dry
Prep.
fit?
It is a dry
That's
fit.
nice.
I've been getting into the whole dry fit thing.
That's where you schwitz a little less. That's nice.
Well, it evaporates. So.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go to
Sit
that
away.
tournament one year, man. It's always right after our state tournament. I just need to make the trip up to PA.
It's a good tournament. It's a good tournament. It's exciting. Now that you actually have to qualify for it, back when I first started coaching, it was, you could bring, I brought my whole team from Bishop McNamara, and they were out after the first round.
It's the Lehigh Valley. They like the cement job up there.
They do.
So-
They do.
just wrestling country, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. So what do we got on tap for tonight, guys?
We gotta finish our historical general or military leader tournament.
We're down to the
semis. And we're
Final
gonna do the
four.
finals
If you're
tonight.
keeping score at home,
You know, we gotta
Remember-
finish that.
it's an exhibition, not a competition. No wagering. on this.
If somebody did place a bet on this,
They probably
let me
It
know.
might be-
'Cause I am a fan of you.
They probably. No, that might be like you might want to go to Gambling Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may be a bigger degenerate than one of us sitting there. Just
what's
saying.
that? I've made bets in the corner before
Yeah.
about like my own individual wrestlers.
Yeah.
I've coached other kids while one of my guys was wrestling. Does that count?
Yeah.
It happens.
All right, who we got?
All right.
The semis.
First semifinal, we've got Charles the Hammer Martel going up against the Desert Fox, Erwin Rommel.
I want to say I don't think people expected Charles the Hammer to make it this far. Had
No.
some upsets, especially over Vlad.
Yeah, he beat Vlad Dracula
Yeah.
in a split decision.
Yeah, Bram Stoker would have been very upset by that. But
We're fans though of the Hammer though.
The Hammer, and I'm gonna go Hammer again here over Rommel. There's no talking me out of it.
I'm going Rommel. I think Rommel.
Give us your reasons though, boys, before I decide this one.
Rommel from the tactical standpoint. I mean, he introduced the whole blitzkrieg idea. When things first before Hitler got involved in all the planning. I mean, he basically controlled all of northern Africa. And then Hitler kind of stepped in and got in the way.
Almost got the Suez.
Yeah.
I'm going with longevity and historical importance. Longevity in that, first off, Martel started the army, then historically protected the Europe from the Muslims.
Right.
Or, I don't want to say protect,
But did he do
preserve
that? Let's talk about the individual, not his legacy. Well, not
he's the one that
these
led that.
individuals are wrestling, not their legacies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta utilize. Okay.
He's the one that went around and told all the Catholic that we need all the men you get. The Catholic, I can't think of the cathedrals and where the monks were. We need all the men you have. We need all the money you have. So he's the one who got that.
He rallied the troops, man.
Oh, and also, by the way, his grandson later was named Holy Roman Empire.
Charlemagne.
Emperor, Charlemagne. That's
Good bloodline.
That's his grandson. Good bloodline. I'm going to go with that, but
I'm gonna go with
you're the
Rommel
temper.
here, though.
Rommel.
Just on kind of like what previous was with military strategy, because we're talking wrestling, and the Hammer, good bloodline,
The Hammer.
was probably like a 4-time state champ, good family bloodline, too. By a couple of his nieces,
Like the
nephews,
Brands.
sons, they won a couple state titles,
Yeah.
like the Brandses and the Martins here in Virginia, kind of like that, like type of
The
history.
Hughes.
But when
up in,
push comes to
Pennsylvania.
shove,
Yep.
you got Erwin Rommel stepping in and getting his hand
Freaking
raised.
blowing everybody up.
Yep.
Just being physical.
Blowing it out.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I don't think the Hammer is ready for this matchup.
All right.
It's been a grind of a tournament for him. He's had some upsets.
Yeah.
I mean, in the quarters, he had to wrestle Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's exhausted.
You survived the Impaler, man. It's
Probably got
good.
impaled.
Yeah.
His oil got
Rommel, man, Rommel's getting his hand raised here. I can give the wrestling breakdown, but I don't think we need to, boys.
Yeah, I think we got it.
At this point, we know what they're going to do. All right, other semifinal, Alexander the Great against Patton.
I was talking to Byron Tibbetts, a former wrestler of mine, a good friend of mine. He was mad that we only had Stonewall in it. We didn't have Robert E. Lee, and he even said I was talking about how the other generals we had in it. First one I mentioned was Alexander the Great.
Right.
I mean, it's Alexander the Great, people.
Not the average.
And he's going against Patton.
Yeah.
See, we got to talk about straight military strategy here, though.
Well,
Patton
Alexander
was
the
genius when it
Great.
came to the military.
Alexander the Great perfected the phalanx. He did not invent it. The Spartans pretty much invented the phalanx position where you would be in close quarters and you'd have the long sticks, and then anything that went in there would just rattle around and drop like bow and arrows, and then you just were like a huge human tank or something.
Yeah.
So he perfected it, and I think that strategy, hell, that only he only defeated all the known world at the time. So he did that. So
Patton just a freaking badass.
And Patton, controversial, but also is credited with helping invent the tank by putting a machine gun on a car and basically doing. I'm
gonna throw you guys a curveball. I'm taking Patton here.
Why are you going with Patton?
I'm going with Patton. Alexander the Great was the favorite coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I think he was like seeded number 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Number 2 seed.
Yep.
But I think he was a little frustrated about the number 2 seed. He's been blowing people out.
Yeah, he's been
blowing people out.
Yeah, he did kick Schwarzkopf's ass.
Yeah, he beat him like a rented mule.
Yeah. He's been blowing people out this whole tournament. Patton has kind of a Raleigh veteran, making things happen, finding ways to get it done. He's gonna pull the upset here, boys.
Let me tell you something right now.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
He ain't beating Alexander.
Oh, is he now? Because I'm going with Patton.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
Okay. But you know what you have done, people?
What do we do?
The finals has happened.
Yeah.
It's not Patton. Patton wins.
Yeah.
That happened. Patton won.
Yeah, Patton beat
Rommel,
yep.
and then advanced to Sicily. That's what he won. A chance to attack Sicily.
Rommel, I mean, at that time, was his head really in,
By that time, he was kind of sick. He got
very disenfranchised with how North Africa went, and maybe that's how this match would go. Like, he's had a long tournament and made some upsets.
There, you
and
see it, Patton.
Patton.
Patton wins.
Yeah.
That was fun, man.
Patton wins.
Patton wins! That was 3 episodes of Talkin' Wrestling that you people got to enjoy.
That you'll never get back.
Never get back. Nope.
So Patton was our winner.
Yep.
We can do another round of generals, or we can do something else. So people, if you have some suggestions,
keep those cards and letters coming.
I'm down for anything, man. You want to do superheroes? We'll do it up.
Superheroes.
Oh.
You want to do presidents of the United States? We'll do that.
That was a band. Presidents of the United States.
Yeah,
he's low, he's in my head. All right, so we were looking at the Fila.
Yeah, because
millions of peaches.
Stolen from a John Prine song, by the way.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
Yeah.
John Prine did this song about blood, TV, eat a lot of peaches.
Whatever.
Sorry, people.
Whatever.
Next topic I got written down. I got junior duels written down.
All right.
Previous, you were out there. We'll let you start us off. How was the trip, man?
Trip was pretty good, other than the first hiccup we had. 2 of our wrestlers overslept in their hotel room and missed their flight. So they got a later flight, but by the time we got there, we asked the director if they could weigh in the morning. And they said, well, you could weigh in, but your whole team's going to have to weigh in. And we said, no, we just will wrestle without them. And, Greco, we went 4-3, so had we had this one extra kid, we probably would have been 5-2 or 6-1. I mean, we did pretty well in Greco.
Especially for a bunch of kids that really aren't natural Greco wrestlers.
Yeah, and considering how little we actually trained for it. So it went pretty well. New York didn't have a full team, but the kids that they brought were freaking studs.
Mm. Where are most of those kids from in New York?
I would say Long Island.
Yeah,
most of them are Long Island people. Let's see, Dylan Wisman, Taylor Rudnick, and Joey Prado went undefeated in Greco.
Oh, great.
I watched Joey's Greco match against that one kid. He ended up wrestling him again.
The Connecticut kid?
Yeah,
wrestled
the kid with the face.
It was a close match.
Yeah.
Kid was a much bigger 113 than Joey, too.
Everybody was bigger than Joey.
Which is because of Joey's height.
Yeah.
Joey's so thick up top, you know.
Did you find a singlet that fits him? because it was a little small, a little snug there. Did they have one there at St. Chris for him?
Yeah,
I was proud of you, though, Coach, because in the videos when I was able to stream it, man, you were rocking some flip flops, man.
I was wearing my Birkenstocks.
You know, I like that.
Summertime, I'm wearing the Birkenstocks.
No,
all because of
Coach Gordon. Coach Gordon's probably not happy with
he
it.
wasn't in a black polo.
You know,
Coach Gordon, get on that.
Black
pants,
Oh.
gray,
Yeah.
white, red, whatever polo they're wearing.
Sometimes I've seen you go black on black.
No.
Yes,
It's a dark.
remember.
It's a dark gray.
It looks black to me. I gotta be honest.
What are you, colorblind?
I am a little.
Okay, that's what I figured.
That stings a little bit.
It does.
But I mean, overall, like, let's run up the lineup real quick, man. A little Knight. I mean, that kid doesn't have much freestyle Greco experience.
No, and
he's out there in battle,
Where's
though,
he
man.
from?
He's from Brook Point. He's a small 106. He's just a freshman. He was a cadet.
Is that the referee's
No.
kid? Okay.
No. He went out to cadet duels and did okay, and we had a spot open at 106, so he took it, and he wrestled well. It's a learning process for him.
Joey.
Joey wrestled freestyle. Well, he's been wrestling since field cadets with a hurt shoulder, so that definitely hampered him in freestyle. Yeah. 120 we had Daniel Areola. Second day of Greco, he was like a different kid. I mean, he was hitting fives. I mean, he was blowing people up.
He really hasn't. He hasn't really wrestled much freestyle in Greco.
No. In freestyle, he was trying to hit dumps and things like that, and getting trapped on his back.
Birds of prey guy.
And, rolling all over the place. We didn't have a 26 pounder. We just.
Those Fauquier kids, they wrestle.
Oh yeah, they're tough.
Like
they're coached.
Doug Fisher.
He keeps them on the mat, man. A lot of this. He had several kids down wrestling down at Disney Duels. I looked at it results. Like Tingen was down there, Reigns was down there. I wish those boys were scrapping with freestyle Greco.
Reigns should have been wrestling freestyle and Greco, and if he's watching this, I'm a little disappointed in Matt Reigns, because he went to cadet duels a couple of years ago and did really well. He's a round away from placing in Fargo.
Because that's experience, man.
Yep. Let's see, 32 we had Devin Saunders from Hayfield.
It's so interesting. 26. I know 26, our cadet champ was Caden Darber.
Right.
He trains with us a little bit and stuff, but I know he didn't go out to cadet duels and stuff, but it's so interesting why we couldn't fill that weight for cadet duels or junior
Well, we
duels.
could have, but I guess the logistics of it. People back, like we had a 45 pounder back out, or a 38 pounder back out like 2 days before.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to make weight.
Oh.
So we had holes in our lineup. We didn't have a 100 pounder.
Because I was thinking about how tough the Team Virginia team could be.
Yeah.
If we got everyone there, man.
We were talking about that a lot in Oklahoma. Like, if we got organized, kind of like Illinois is organized with their training and getting people out there, then we can contend for the top spot in Greco and freestyle.
This is the first year, though. Give props to Sonny and everyone, man. That we had all three dual teams put together.
Yeah. And they did well at East Coast duels,
and then cadet duels they traveled, and
East
junior
Coast.
duels they traveled. But once you said at 132 you had Saunders, right?
Devin Saunders, and he's got a lot of potential, but he didn't have a game plan for it. Now he's a Greco guy. He loves Greco. But we couldn't use him in Greco because he didn't weigh in. Freestyle, he would find himself ahead in matches and then make a mistake and wind up giving the match away.
He's growing into a 132 pounder as well.
Yeah. When he had a game plan, like he would attack and finish. When he'd go out there without a game plan, he was just all over the place. So we didn't have a 38 pounder.
45, you had two kids weighed in.
We had
Herbal and Giantonio.
Yeah, Giantonio, very explosive. I'm impressed with him. Both Giantonios, when they're on, they're on. We had Robert Dupont at 52. Wrestled well at Greco.
Out there too.
Yeah, he wrestled well.
Good.
Still, he didn't do much wrestling last year, and he was kind of hot and cold at the state tournament. But he did well. He won some matches for us. We had the other Giantonio at 60, and again, another tough kid that with some more experience and more training, he could place in Fargo. Rudnick at 60.
Yeah.
70, excuse me.
Rudnick had a great Greco show. I mean.
Great Greco tournament. Freestyle, not so much.
Well, you know, he's still developing, man.
Yeah, he's just, I think his style suits Greco more than anything, whether people want
he's
him.
a solid kid.
He's just a gunslinger. He just likes to get in there.
In the
and
match
battle.
that I saw, he was giving away points but scoring points.
Yeah.
You know, I texted you and said Rudnick just needs to wrestle smarter matches.
Yeah, and this is really his first year doing this, so he really doesn't have an idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
82, Dylan Wisman went undefeated in both styles.
That kid, man, he just wrestles all the time, man.
Yeah.
You got to give that kid props.
And he's going to contend.
I don't know if he's playing football anymore or not. I don't know what's going on
He's a
with
good
him.
linebacker.
He's thinking about it.
I know he's a good football player, but I know in wrestling he's kind of his.
Probably could go D1 wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's gonna contend for winning Fargo and juniors this year. He looked really, really solid.
By both styles.
Yeah.
He's comfortable in both styles.
Yeah, he's a dangerous Greco guy. He'll tell you that he likes freestyle more, but he's pretty good in Greco.
Yeah.
Let's see, 95. Who did we have? We had
Kirkland Smith
from Salem.
Which Salem?
Out near Christiansburg.
Oh, that's it.
And again, first year freestyle Greco guy.
That's a nice Salem, I gotta say.
They have a great civic center.
Yeah, the civic center's good.
I can't battle.
Nice little
You
baseball.
could tell he wasn't, I mean, I was wondering, like, where's like kids like Tyler Love, who's going to UVA, Centerville kid, he's going to be a senior next year.
Right.
I mean, that kid's a good athlete, yet alone good wrestler, the state champion in Virginia.
Right.
I wish that kid wrestled freestyle and Greco. I mean, he'd be a solid 95-pounder to take out there.
Yeah.
Right.
220, which you had Janelle Christiansburg,
and
Rogers. No,
what year is
Littles,
Janelle?
Littles.
Carlos Little.
Yeah.
Janelle, I'm not sure. I think he might be a rising junior, rising senior.
Yeah.
Carlos Little was supposed to wrestle in 95, but showed up at the airport 10 over, and he didn't make it.
Yeah, but he was able to help you guys out, taking some forfeits, wrestling up to heavyweight and stuff.
Yeah,
So
because
that was beneficial.
and then at heavyweight we had Cordell Solu from Hayfield.
Where's he going to school, man? He graduated.
He's going to ODU.
Okay, he's a good kid, man.
And
Great ref too. He does a great job refing.
Just like his teammate Saunders. I mean, in every freestyle match he was up and got beat and got pinned. I mean, he was up big in every match and then got pinned.
He had a great heavyweight match when he was like, I think even like Hayfield's backup or something when he was like a sophomore.
Yeah.
With Z-Rod.
Yeah.
At Hope Invitational like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
High scoring match.
Yeah.
And he's improved quite a bit. But again, match management and learning when to take risk and when to kind of throttle back a little bit. So all in all, it's a good trip. Minnesota, tough. Jersey freestyle.
Some of those duels, some of those matches. I mean, Flo had great coverage of it, but
Right.
I was following on track wrestling a lot too. Just some unbelievable matches. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, high scoring, like it's like kids putting up 20+ points, and
I know.
losing matches.
Yeah.
That's exciting, man. I'm pretty sure that there was a good crowd atmosphere out there in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Oklahoma obviously they won the freestyle tournament.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were battling. Let's see, Michigan was in the Greco. I think they were Greco champs.
Yeah, they won Greco. That was kind of a surprise. Illinois, they've dominated this tournament for.
They're younger though than they've been.
Yeah.
Man. They weren't as like top heavy with their studs this year.
Yeah,
they had a lot of kids that are kind of cadet age and. That they're going to be coming out. They're still going to be solid in the way they run things out there. But
oh yeah, and it was good to see that somebody else other than Illinois won the tournament.
And they were excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't out there. I can only follow so much. But
right.
I mean, how did the Team Virginia kids do? I mean, they all tight knit. They spend a lot of time together.
Well, we pretty much spent every day together. Yeah, they kind of came together as a team. Definitely need to work on the leadership aspect of it because, usually some kid will stand up and kind of be the captain of the group. And, that's something that we desperately need. Who's going to step up in Fargo? Who's going to be that leader? I want to, because I'm sure, with some of these guys are captains of the wrestling team, but who's going to step up and be the leader? So.
And it's harder, through the wrestling team, of course they're friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot more kids that are respected,
Exactly.
And for the be the leaders of their freestyle team,
right?
You know, it just takes that special kid to step up, you know, and be vocal when it need to.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
Yep.
and it could have been somebody up there like a G. Antonio, man, who, those guys had to rally the troops out there in Christiansburg, man, and they were only juniors this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, so those kids could step up and be leaders, and, you know, that could help out you guys, could Coach Close and you and Katomer and everyone up there when the guys go out to Fargo.
Absolutely.
You know, so junior duels, what a tournament! But you got something else coming up here, Prevish.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday. I'll be gone basically for the.
Sorry, I don't know. We just,
I'll basically be gone for the next 3 weeks.
We're gonna miss you.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not being around as much. Virginia's actually doing a 5-day training camp in preparation for Fargo, and I'm not gonna be there. It's kind of weird. I'll be in Colorado next week for the Field Cadet World Championship Team Camp.
Who's coaching with you again?
Sean Sheldon. He was an Olympian, world medalist.
and his name's an alliteration.
Our Pan Am team did a good job, man.
Yeah, they wrestled really well, both styles. Joe Russell did a great job with them. So it's definitely heading in the right direction with that. So Sean Sheldon will be one of the other coaches. He's in Florida.
Who's the freestyle staff?
Honestly, I don't know. Don't know. And I'm a Greco guy, so it's not like we probably won't spend much time with any of the freestyle guys. We'll be our practice schedule. We're going to be training with the world team that's there, so it's going to be fun. Yeah, I'll be out at the Olympic Training Center. There's some Virginia guys going. Wisman will be out there.
Oh, that'll be good.
Mason Woodall.
And his beard? Beard be
Patrick
there?
Grayson will be out there. Joey may or may not be out there. Prada, I don't think he'll go. So there'll be some Virginia guys out there. It'll be a good experience. Then we go right to Slovakia. Well, we go to Hungary, and then we take a bus to
Budapest.
Yep. Flying.
And how long is that bus ride from Budapest?
Probably going to be like 4 hours.
Oh.
But I mean, I'll actually get a stamp in the passport for for Hungary, and then for Slovakia. We'll be there for a few days. We have the tournament, and then I come right back. I land here on Thursday at 10:30, and then my flight the next day leaves at 6.
How y'all gonna handle y'all's training when you guys get there? Obviously, kids still gonna be getting their weight under control.
That's a good question. We'll probably have they'll have some training facilities, and it'll be like open mat time, I'm guessing. We'll probably just run an open workout. I'm just kind of anxious to get out there and meet the kids and really get to work. So it's gonna be a good trip. We've got some guys on the team I think can threaten for medals. I mean, the one that stands out to me is Mason Manville. I mean, the kid's a freaking machine. Mm-hmm. And he's going both styles of the World Championships.
Yep. And he wrestled at junior duels, so that kid took a loss though at junior duels, didn't he? He lost to Penaleo from Michigan.
Did he?
Yeah, it was a high score match. Like he was losing early and battled back.
Oh, he came back and won that match.
Did he?
Yeah, he was losing 5-3 at the end of the first period and just wore the kid out.
Yeah.
Just wore the kid out. I mean, the kid's in ridiculously good shape. So it's I think he's probably our best hope to I think he can win the tournament.
His little brothers had good showings at the kids freestyle Greco Nationals.
Yeah.
I saw their dad posted something about that, so I checked that.
His kid at 50 kilograms, Drew West from Iowa, was pretty tough. He wrestled 9-7 with Joey in freestyle at Field Cadets. Dak Punky beat a couple of tough guys on the way at Field Cadets.
It's like Dak.
I feel like that freestyle team's tough.
Dak Punky,
too, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, freestyle team. I mean,
they're tough.
You've got Gavin Teasdale, Kata, Olivia, Spencer Lee, Dayton Fix, Mason Manville, Mark Hall. Yeah, that's a solid team. And Mark Hall is by far one of the most bow-legged individuals I've ever seen. I didn't realize just how bow-legged he was.
Where's he from?
He's from Minnesota. Michigan.
Michigan.
Wrestled his 7th grade year in Kentucky. Moved to Apple Valley, Minnesota in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Wrestles for Apple Valley, but last year in Fargo wrestled for Colorado.
Yeah, because he was at Olympic Training Center training.
Yeah, don't ask me.
And then
It's all over.
I think he's been wrestling for Michigan again.
No, he was wrestling for Minnesota at
Did he?
Junior Duels. Yep.
Did
Yep. So it's gonna be a good experience. It's just the turnaround between the World Championships in Fargo. It's gonna be a rough couple of days. I might just pull an all-nighter when I get back here.
The traveling Prebish.
Yeah. Previous will be traveling.
But I mean, you get so excited for the Fargo trip, man. Every time you get back.
Well, we're
you're
flying
excited.
this year. We're flying again this year, which is great. And we're staying in a hotel, so we've got air conditioning. It's just we really upped our game. And I've got Chris Michael. He has the practice plan for training camp. It's pretty simple. The goal is just I've created a couple of sequences on our feet that go takedown to turn to lift. Mm-hmm. Basically all the stuff that I taught this year. But we don't want to kill them with technique.
Duck to a gut.
Yeah.
To like a lift.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's the drag to a body lock, takedown to a gut wrench to a lift.
Yeah.
And I've told everybody that basically once the kids get the instruction, I want them doing the same practice every day.
Score to a score.
Yeah.
Again, those kids have that muscle memory.
Yeah, and that way when I get out to Fargo and run a workout, that they know exactly what we're going to do.
Obviously, we got a great coaching staff going for Vawa this year too, man. Strick's going out there. You're going out there. Coach Close is going out there.
Dalton Head, Chris Michael.
Dude, Dalton runs his butt off up there, man. I heard about him, man. That dude is in that gym running around. Coaching.
He really helped me out a lot the last 2 years with Greco because we had smaller numbers, so we had fewer coaches. And
he's left Hermitage, right?
Yeah, he's down at the beach.
I'm glad he's back down there with his brother, man. He's probably happy.
Yeah, I think that's where he's wanted to be for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So we wish him the best. So it's gonna be a good trip. I get to spend time with my buddy Ed Metzger.
Y'all rooming together again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things. Ed and I. He called me. He's like, "Hey, are we gonna room together in Fargo?" Well, yeah, Ed.
You ought to interview him.
Yeah,
No, you need to get Ed on the show. He needs to come hang out in Richmond with us.
Exactly.
Be on Talkin Wrestling the real way.
Well, when I was in Oklahoma City, I got a text message from Jason Bryant. He runs the Open Mat, and
this podcast is awesome, man. You listen to that. It's called Short Time.
Oh yeah.
It's on theopenmat.com, and I've been listening to that, man. He's had some good interviews on there.
And
he does a good job.
He actually. He texted me, said that he was listening to the podcast when he was mowing his lawn, and
That's pretty awesome.
I guess we mentioned him, so he's like, "Yeah, we got to do one of those from Fargo." I'm like, "All right, yeah," because I know Bill Swink wants me to do an episode while we're out there. So Bill will be there. I'm sure I'll have Andrew Fair, our executive director. Basically, it's going to be like, "Hey, come on in, say hi." Hopefully we'll get Ray Brinzer if he's out there.
Oh yeah.
I want cutouts of my face.
I'll see what I can do for that. So we're gonna get things moving. We need to pause for a minute here. The wrestling community in Virginia did lose one of our own. And actually, he was coached by one of my close friends, Darren Hankins, a wrestler from Virginia Tech. Died last night in a swimming accident. I knew the kid. He was a good wrestler, good personality. So our hearts and prayers go out to his family, Virginia Tech, Hickory. Yeah, so we'll take a moment of silence. Okay.
Dude,
all right.
That's sad, man. But one last little thing. I had a pretty big topic that I kind of wanted to discuss. I have two, but we'll see how much time we got.
We're at almost 40 minutes.
Nice, man. I was reading an article in Win Magazine. Danny Trent kind of sent me and Foss a text and wanted us to talk about this. And I was already going to bring it up eventually, but there's still freestyle Greco mode, so I kind of was waiting on it. But on January, the Dickinson State, I believe, Coach O'Donnell,
mm-hmm.
He's decided that he wanted to start his, their season on January 1st. It's a college program.
Right.
You know, so they're going to start their season January 1st with competition-wise. They'll probably be training a little bit in December and stuff, and November, obviously, to be in shape. But that way, they're not having their freshmen and stuff have to worry about having all those weigh-ins in November. Did we lose feed?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Uh-oh. You can only... what the heck? Switch to broadcast mode. Okay. There.
What happened?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
We are not able to start recording. Well, we're broadcasting, so... hopefully people are getting this.
Well, Coach O'Connell, Donald, whatever his name is, decided to start that season January 1st. And what do y'all think about that, man? I mean, obviously, he has a younger team. He's worried about those kids adjusting to college.
Right.
And I can see the perks. I know that in NCAA and stuff, they have bounced around the idea of making wrestling a one-semester sport. So basically starting in the second semester. Basically, so right when these college kids get back from school, and
right.
when a break, they start competing. And they're moved back nationals until about April. So it doesn't have to coincide with March Madness and all that stuff. But at the same time, why should wrestling have to adjust?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a traditionalist. We've been going, it's been that way from the dawn of time.
And at the high school level, it would never work.
No.
Because there's no way, especially in the state of Virginia, there's no way ADs would jump on board.
You got to fit it. You can't fit your district schedule in there.
Yeah.
And it would
do the tournaments you want.
People would be like, oh, but it doesn't worry about football anymore. It doesn't affect football, but it will affect baseball.
Yeah.
So that
used to be a big deal to do AA, single A, when they had their tournament later than AAA.
Yeah. When
I first started, and we'd run into baseball tryouts. And I remember having state qualifying wrestlers who had to go out and try out for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't happen now at New Kent, but it happened then. It was kind of before we kind of established ourselves as the program that we are now.
Right.
But, because, it just wouldn't happen. But I do remember doing that. And you want to run into that as little as possible. So I don't think you'll see that at the high school level. I like the way we set our schedule up, Good Body. We usually, beginning we're pretty tough. We go right at it, and then in the middle we're right at it, and then we kind of taper at the end, and then we do postseason. And that really, I've liked that.
I think it worked out great.
Yeah.
And we always take off that weekend right before conferences.
Mm-hmm.
We have the kids come in, we have them kind of do like a mock weigh-in,
Yep.
And we kind of treat it like a conference tournament, and that's worked out great too.
Yeah.
That's been so helpful where we get our kids a weekend of not having to travel and not having to worry about competing.
Right.
They can just worry about, I think exams are usually around that point too. So all they got to worry about is their exams, and then they got to worry about just making sure their weight's decent, and ready to make weight for conferences. We talk about conferences in the state of Virginia with the new realignment and stuff, but that's a whole different discussion.
That's just...
Did you see our new conference?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then one last little topic, man. This week on Flow Wrestling, they posted a video of Ben Askren. He was talking about the World Cup, about how he was like kind of disgusted.
Right.
About the guys taking dives and all that stuff, and like rolling around in agony, even though someone didn't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a soccer fan, and I hate diving. I feel like they need to be carded. And
that's been going on forever.
That's been going on forever. But my brother got me thinking about this, man. He was like, because I was all pretty fired up about what Ben had to say.
Right.
Because it makes perfect sense. It does kind of question the integrity of that athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And do you really want that athlete being a role model?
Right.
So I was pretty pumped up about it. And then my brother said, why? It was probably the wrong time for Ben Askren to say that.
Yeah.
And this is why. Because there was so much traction going around about, the World Cup.
Right.
That we're trying to paint our sport in a good light. So why should one of our faces of our sport
come out and say
back.
something stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could see it both ways. Where I was excited about what Ben said,
Right.
But at the same time, I was kind
I
of.
don't know
I
if
didn't think it was
he's
good
a
time.
face, as much of a face
Not
in
anymore.
sport as
No,
he
not anymore. He's not.
anymore.
No,
In
not
fact,
anymore.
I think
But-
a lot of people are upset with that style and felt that getting away from that style that he brought out.
Don't
It
get
worked
me.
for him.
Don't get me started.
Well, you're
don't,
one.
Don't
but
get
you know
me
what I mean?
started.
So I don't think he's as much of a face. You don't hear much.
No, but he's
about
just he's an outspoken individual, and our sport needs more outspoken individuals.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I could see it both ways on that argument. Where I kind of like a wrestler stepping up and being like, hey, our sport is tough. You know, this is how we carry ourselves. This is how you should carry yourself. But at the same time, it probably wasn't the greatest, timing for it.
Right.
You know, and if the media got hold of that, that could have been a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? That could have been not great for our sport, especially at a time where, we had junior duels. That was exciting. Flow Wrestling put out, Russian Nationals. That was exciting. We got all this, awesome coverage. I mean, let's talk about Foxcatcher. I don't know if you guys have seen the new trailer.
I'm excited for
It's
it.
pretty tough.
The new trailer, it was unbelievable looking, man. Like, it's gonna be, and like I read an article on Intermat today, and it was perfect, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was talked about, all the wrestlers that are making cameos in it. It's gonna be it's a movie like about a sad story.
Yep.
About a world, a world and Olympic hero, an American hero, but it's also sad.
It is, yeah. It's I'm kind of curious to see how they portray John DuPont. Hopefully, they won't make him look like a
coached
hero.
you at one time in the corner, jumped in the corner.
Yeah,
one time.
he was in my corner my first match at Cadet Nationals, and he didn't know squat about wrestling.
Just respected the sport, but he was a little mashugana, needless to say.
Yeah, he's a lot mashugana. So anyway,
Sugarnuts a good band.
I don't know if we're even live right now, guys.
Well,
So
all right.
what the heck? Anyway, I'm getting blown up with Texas. So why don't we call it a night? And here's how we're gonna go out tonight.
Goodbye, everybody.
Happy 4th of July, people.
We'll see you.
Have a safe holiday, man.
We'll see you in Fargo, guys. Hopefully from the Bison Turf. And my computer's freaking screwed.
Great song, buddy.
There we
No,
go.
I'm sure you are.
There we go. That's recording. Final.
God bless America. How about us? Land that I love. Stand beside her.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Prebish the monkey boy.
Fuck you.
He just kind of looks like a monkey.
Jungle Prebish.
I should not have.
Jungle Prebish. Jungle Prebish.
Yeah, that's recording.
The crap that we had to say before the show is actually funnier than the crap that we say during the show.
Can you do me a favor?
Jungle Prebish.
Can you slide the camera back just a wee bit?
Jungle Prebish.
See the big my
That's good right there.
Huh? You can.
Oops.
The best is like the video has like Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, Hulk Hogan. Like, which one of these guys does not belong at all?
Honestly, you know that Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln, get the fuck out of there, Abe.
He has a full beard, not just a mustache or no face hair.
Yeah. Did Harris do anything to piss her off last night? He was actually on pretty well behaved.
No, he was alright.
Previous is a top shelf guy.
Go to the tube.
Go to YouTube.
Jungle Prebish. Jungle Prebish.
Just for that, I'm gonna get Jungle Boogie.
Jungle Prebish. Stay tuned. Jungle Prevish will be right back after these commercial mentions. No. It's America. America.
Why is this so slow? Yeah, and that's like all outtake reel right there.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty funny.
Jungle Prevish. How you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance? That's the best. That's
a whole different song.
Get your back up off the wall. Baby. Get your back up off the wall. Conga Gangs order you around a lot for being like a band. It's like, I don't want to get my back up off the wall. Perfectly comfortable where I am. It's fuck you, cool, and again, fuck you guys. I'm
Don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna sit here comfortably.
Now that's fair.
How are you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance? Get your back up off the wall. Are we?
No, we're not recording.
Jungle Prevish, Jungle Prevish.
That's recording.
Supersonic.
Oh man. Okay.
This, I mean, like started just leg dropping.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Should we move the camera a little? Because you're like right up. Should we move the camera this way a little bit or that way a little bit?
This way?
Towards you? Just that one? Like about.
Like this way?
Yeah, just a little bit. And turn it this. Perfect. Because that way you are like half in and half out of the frame.
That's
that way.
good. Now you're all the way over there.
Well, then turn it back just a wee bit. That's good.
He's just a little guy. Ooh, that is good. We're nice and centered.
All right, should I start this thing?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. Okay, so that's recording.
Gary Davis is.
There we go.
Did he say we get one live?
Yeah, we went dead.
Oh well.
Man.
Well, you have it recorded right over there.
Yeah.
You can put that up, the audio at least. Right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can just take that stream right there.
Well, I gotta upload it to the.
Yeah, so that'll work, man.